This is my wife. She's loving, caring, and has a big heart. Through our 9 years of marriage, I watched her struggle with her drug addiction that she so desperately wanted to get away from, but the detox was just too painful. We came across the Morph Device, and they told us that it worked without any drugs. After her not having drugs on the second day, I started filming because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. She was not having any pain while she was detoxing. I filmed her once a day for 17 days, and you can see the change in her. This device saved my wife and my family. Maybe it can save yours too. People who know my wife knows that she had a drug addiction, and she was on methadone, and she's been on methadone for a few years. But now there's this thing that came out. She's been off of methadone for 2 days now. It's a little electronic device that goes on the back of your neck. They tape it to it, and it's a little metal thing that goes into your nerves, and it stops your drug addiction. She's been off of methadone for 2 days now. And how do you feel, Ashley?
I feel wonderful. I have energy I never had before. I feel like I'm a normal person. Like in the mornings before I have to go to the methadone clinic every single morning, I feel like I'm 6 years old. And until the medicine hits me, I don't feel like myself. And then once it hits me, I feel normalized. Right now, I feel completely normal. I have no tremors. I have no nausea. I have no cravings to go to the methadone clinic. My cravings for cigarettes have changed. I'm happy. I slept very well. All the problems that you catch when you DT off of methadone, I haven't had a single one other than a little bit of warmness and nausea last night, but that's to be considered because I've been on the methadone clinic for 5 years.
And that's what I'm saying. And you know, if anybody knows anything about methadone, they know that 2 days of not taking your methadone, you will not look like this.
No, I would be on this floor in my bathroom sweating, puking on myself, having vomiting, diarrhea, goose flesh, insomnia, anxiety, and a rehab wouldn't even take me in the state of Louisiana until I was dropped down to 10 milligrams.
Okay, so once again, this thing is called...
But this one's called the Morph.
The Morph. Okay, this one's called the Morph. And as
it works like...
Yes, and as you can see, look, it's a computer chip. Stay still. It's a computer chip that's on her neck, and there's a little needle that goes into her nerve and stops all her cravings. She don't even want to really smoke cigarettes right now. That's how good it's doing with her.
I'm taking absolutely no medication. This is not a detox that you need medication for. I have no medication in me. So this thing is working directly off of a nerve instead of a medical detox, which would cause you to take almost 12 pills for 28 days. In the state of Louisiana, there's not one place you can go that will accept you until you're down to 10 milligrams. When I got this put on me, I was at 50, okay? They've accepted patients up to 120. They will take you off of not only methadone, but heroin, and they also have ways to deal with your other addiction. The place is called the Morph Center. It's located on Tulane and Broad. And I advise anybody who is trying to get off of methadone to at least walk in that clinic and hear what they have to say, because it's life-changing.
Now the deal is she's got to wear it for 7 to 14 days?
Well, normally if you're on heroin, they say you don't have to wear it more than 5 days. But for me, in my case, because I am a chronic user and I've been on methadone for 5 years, they're gonna leave it on me for 14 to 20, just because it takes so long for methadone, and if you're a methadone patient, for it to come out of your bones. So at any time, I have 3 leads on me. At any time, I have to call them twice a day. Say a lead falls off, say a lead gets wet. Immediately they're open 24 hours a day. You go there, and they could be sleeping at their house. They will go and fix your lead. They do not allow you to be in any pain at all. If you have anxiety, they have ways of turning this machine up to over 120 to alleviate your anxiety. It's also treated for stress, depression, and things like that.
All right, cool. Thank you, Ashley. All right, today is day 3 with Ashley not being on methadone. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I feel really good. Like I said, in the first one, the clarity when they put it on me was so much. It was like a new awareness. It was like I had become normalized, and when dealing with methadone in particular, which was my addiction, they leave this on 14 to 20 days. Now, if you're a heroin addict, they would leave it on 5 to 7. And it deals with all kind of addiction. Methadone, codependency. If you're on methadone and you take benzos, or if you're a heroin addict and you take benzos, it worked for almost all addictions.
Okay, let's show the device. Let's show the device so I can show them how it works. Okay, you see right here, there's the device. Now if you look real close, there's wires that go right here, and they connect to leads to her earlobe, and there's one there, there's one here, and there's one right there. And what they do is they send an electronic pulse to the front lobe to stop addiction. It started off when they started this. They started with a cigarette addiction, but they
the neuroscientists started for cigarette addiction. They found out that not only did it stop smoking addiction, but it also stopped other addictions as well. They weren't aware of it when they made the device for smoking, but they became aware of it very soon after. When it became very soon after aware, they started now putting it on the streets to help the opiate epidemic.
And we're not getting paid for this or anything. We're just trying to show the world this new device that we ran across. We're
advocating for it.
We don't know if this device is going to completely work. We just go on step by step to see. And this is day 3, and today it is still working for her.
Yes. Tomorrow I hope to show you how to wash your hair with it so that you won't get it wet. You cannot get water on this because it operates off of air, the airflow into the main, which is this.
It's electronic. You can't get it wet.
Right. Absolutely. So I will show you how to wash your hair with it. And it works for all addictions pretty much. If you're a codependent, if you're a heroin addict, I advise you to at least look into it. And I am not advising anybody to stop treatment at all. If your treatment is working for you, if your methadone clinic, if your rehab, or any kind of inpatient or outpatient is working for you, I am not telling you to stop. I want you to look into this device like I did. Okay? I'm not telling you to automatically switch.
Okay, today is the 4th day. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I still have my clarity. They told me the first 7 days that I would be sleeping a lot. We do this very early in the morning, so I get up, I move around, and in a couple hours I'll probably get a little bit sleepy, take a nap. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. I had a little nausea last night, a little bit of weird dreams. I had one anxiety issue, which they told me, which it goes by individual case, that I am an high anxiety patient. So normally, before this device was put on me, habitually, when I would catch anxieties, I would turn to medication to treat my anxiety. Now, they're working with me because I check in with my doctor twice a day doing cognitive behavior, which means they talk you out of your stress. Okay, you have to learn that you can no longer put a pill in your mouth to change your stress. You have to learn how to deal with it. Your stressors, your triggers, things like that. But honestly, I had a little bit of nausea. This morning I woke up with a very little bit of goose flesh and a little bit of nausea. So I checked in with my doctor this morning, talked to her for about 45 minutes. I feel better, and everything's going wonderful.
Okay, so any of this stomach turning or anything like that, is this anything you can't handle?
No, I can handle it. And like I had told you in the other videos, they go off of, and if you are a patient that is being treated, you know what a Cal scale is. If I get into any kind of moderate or severe symptoms, I go in absolutely immediately and they fix it, where they can turn this up. I will be going to the doctor tomorrow, so hopefully tomorrow you definitely will see another film, and I'll have more answers for you.
So, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling okay. It's a little different. I'm a little achy, but I'm still feeling pretty good in consideration. I'm up. I'm a little bit tired. It's a little bit earlier than usual. Did you see? I still have this thing on me. We're at the doctor, about to be seen again. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We're on day 5.
Yep, day 5.
Day 5. So I have 10 more days to go, hopefully, but they might make me go to day 20. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you for everybody and all of the support I've been given. So hopefully everything goes good, and I will be reporting back to you as soon as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, and God bless y'all.
I'm just going to film you a little bit.
Okay. I do recommend ginger ale. Ginger ale for the stomach, like queasiness, is very good. The ginger root in soups, and then obviously ginger ale is good for the stomach, abdominal issues. If you have a little bit of stomach queasiness or anything like that, this is my friend. This is my friend, my only friend.
You're doing exactly what I want people to see. Like, you're fucking acting normal.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have cursed.
Yeah. Shame on you, Eddie. No, but I definitely am very hopeful. I just passed the methadone clinic, and I don't see myself going ever back there. It took my life. It really did. In several ways. One, I was what you would call a codependent addict, where not only would I take methadone, but sometimes I would supplement other things. And so, for me, it was like...
Sorry.
That's okay. For me, it was like an everyday, I was handcuffed to that place. I was unable to travel. I was unable to do things. And I had to report there every single day, Monday through Saturday. And for me, that lifestyle was over. It's not fair to your family. It's not fair to your children. To see you like that. If your clinic or your outpatient or inpatient program is working for you, this is no suggestion to get off of it. If it works for you, it works for you. It's working for your addiction. And to me, different strokes for different folks. It goes on individuality and what you need as an addict. You need to identify that you are one and seek the best treatment that you can. And that's all I have to say about that.
All right, today is day 6 with Ashley with no methadone. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I had some restless leg syndrome. Like I said, I was going to keep it real. A little bit of achiness. I woke up at 3:30 this morning. Little restlessness. I got in the tub, made myself feel better, washing my hair, which was a process because having this on, you have to be very careful of not getting it wet. Right now, I'm kind of a little disappointed that I wasn't able to show y'all what happened in the doctor's office yesterday. It got kind of personal. We both were giving testimonials. I got into testifying about my teenage years and my addiction and where it started. And I don't want anybody in my family or friends to be under a microscope at any point in time during this, because this has nothing to do with them. I also want to let you know that the device, it runs for 10 days, and what happens is if they take it off of you and you have signs of withdrawal, then they keep it on you for longer. And other than that, I'm doing really good so far. Yeah, we got into talking about it's FDA approved. Insurance does not cover it yet, but the subsidizing medication, if you're getting off of methadone and you're trying to switch to Suboxone, Vivitrol, or an implant, those will be covered by your HMO or PPO. So will any other kind of medications if prescribed.
They're trying to get it covered under insurance. It's going to be approved, but it's just not yet. The owner did tell me it could be in the next few weeks. It could be a couple of months from now.
With this opioid epidemic going on, they're going to definitely probably approve it very soon if you cannot find a grant or some kind of federal aid during this, because I know that you can go on SAM, GSA website and look up grants for the opioid epidemic. So if that's helpful to anybody, try that out.
Is that it?
That's it for me.
All right. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you. Havana, ooh la la.
That song is stuck in your head.
It is. It's stuck. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's funny.
Where you going?
Fixing this and going towards the water. See. Now, I'm not gonna leave you alone. Come on.
All right, I can get this out of my mouth. All right.
My super hubby.
All right, today is day 7. Ashley, how are you feeling?
Hey y'all, I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, last night I woke up about 5 o'clock. Both my feet were jumping, like when you have restless leg syndrome. Methadone is one of the hardest things to get off of, out of all the addictions, because it takes one of the longest to get out of you. So the 7 to 12 days that I have to go through is going to be the most severe. I do feel a little bit weak, honestly. And I know that has to do with my habitualness of eating. It's been very hard for me to eat. With this device on, it curves all cravings, including cigarettes, addictions, wanting to go and use. So because of that, I haven't been able to eat as much, but I've been forcing myself to eat. Also, the thing about the device, okay, and I want to answer this honestly, it does take the cravings away. It does take the anxiety away, but not all of it, okay? The severe symptoms that you'd be normally going through during this process, what it does to that is it normalizes it out to about a 3 out of 10. Okay, so you're not on the floor throwing up. You're not, wanting to go and habitually use or find something else to supplement. I'm weak. It's hard for me to get around right now. I will be honest about that, but that's part of this process. Your body has been toxified. For me, it was 6 years that I toxified myself with this methadone. I was on 50 milligrams at the time when they put this device on me. But through my duration of the methadone clinic, I had been up to 100 at one point. I dropped down, and I was able to drop down very, I would say it took me about a year to get from 100 to 60. And it's still, like I said, in the mornings, when I would go to the clinic, before I would get my methadone, I felt completely broken down, where I was weak, where I could barely get around, and I think part of that probably was because I dropped myself from so high of a dose to that 60, and my body had become tolerant to it. So from that weakness, my blood or my metabolism was burning the methadone off quicker than 24 hours. So when I would wake up, it would no longer be working for me. You understand? So that right there alone would make any person weak. Okay, if your body metabolizes that methadone quicker than that 24-hour period they give you, then it makes you in a weakened state because you're not yourself, because it's not normalizing you. And I say normal, which is, how can I put that to you in obvious words? Normalizing yourself on this kind of medication is only because you built up a tolerance to some kind of opiate beforehand. For me, I was never a habitual heroin user. I was a habitual prescription user. So it's a little different for me. Whereas somebody who shoots up or snorts or does prescription drugs where they're used to putting pills in their mouths to supplement, that's the habitualness of it. That's when you have to go through cognitive therapy to learn that that can no longer be something that urges you, that needle. You get a rush automatically in your brain, your brain will start releasing dopamine when it knows it's going to get that heroin. Okay, you get that heroin, and then by putting it in your arm, okay, you're getting a rush off of the fact that you're putting it in a needle. Okay, that right there is a trigger. It is, oh my gosh, I need something, okay? And, oh, I can get it? Oh, I can get it now? Oh, wonderful. Dopamine. Dopamine receptors in your brain automatically start releasing opiate, okay? Because you know right then and there you're gonna get it, okay? So you start to get a little rush, okay? And then it builds up once you get it, and then you get it, and then you put it in a needle and you put it in your arm, and you see how quickly you feel better. Okay, so it becomes a habit, and it's a habit you have to break. You have to realize that not only is this an addiction from the drug, but the habitualness of using whatever and however you use it, becomes part of the lifestyle of it. The fact that you're going to your friend's house to get it, the fact that your friends use it, you have to change your environment. You have to change the fact that you know in your brain that when you put that in your mouth that you're going to feel better. And that is what your brain tells you, okay? All that is something you have to deal with during the process of detox and afterwards, because this is a whole therapy. This is not just something that is a quick fix. It isn't. It isn't for anybody who has done this to themselves for years. It's just not, okay? I'm so grateful that they finally came out with this device I have on me, because I wouldn't be sitting here right now enjoying the view of the water if I could not have this device on. I would have to be in a hospital. I would have to be in a 28-day program, and they wouldn't want me in a 28-day program because of the fact that I might endanger the other people in that program because of how severe it is to come off of methadone. Okay, that, hey, I might call somebody while I'm on a Walmart trip just getting toiletries during the 28-day process. And if you've been to a rehab, you know what I mean when I say that. They let you out to go get certain things for yourself to make sure that you're able to help yourself through this process. And in doing that, a lot of people fail. A lot of people will go out during that period of time, and I've seen it because I've been to rehabs. Okay, this is not the first time that I've been through something like this. I've been to rehabs, I've been to a hospital. Okay, this is the best thing I have seen, that I can actually sit in my own house and wear without severe symptoms. Absolutely.
Okay, I wanna show everybody again the device. So, no, you can just sit there. I'm just gonna get on the other side of you. Okay. So this is the device again. Let me see. Okay, if you can see the device, here's the device, and there's these 3 little wires, and one wire plugs here, one wire plugs here, and one wire plugs here. And those leads, they hit nerves, and they send an electronic pulse to the front lobe of your brain where the cravings are, and it stops the cravings. And today is day 7, and this thing, I mean, look at her. You know, if anybody knows that she would not look like this on day 7.
No.
Now it is only day 7. She still has a long road to go.
I do. I have a very long road.
And look at her.
Hi, we are on day 8 on our way to the clinic to get my device checked out. Everything's going pretty good today. I had some mild symptoms, but other than that, everything's going good. I'm in the truck with my hubby. Our clinic is based out of Louisiana, and I'm kind of excited to go back and talk to my doctor about what's going on with my treatment. So it's a pretty good day. Other than that,
I'm gonna say we're gonna show you a little bit of Ashley inside the doctor's office and what they say about Ashley's problems.
of course, we'll probably get more in depth about that, and more in depth about definitely the device, and maybe cognitive behavioral therapy. But other than that, everything's going good. Thank y'all, and I really appreciate everybody that's looking on my page. Thank you.
I know one thing, they can say all they want. Her color is a lot better.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Your
helping.
eyes, your color, your affect.
It's definitely coming out of me.
Put it here, be still. Put it here, you gotta leave it here.
Oh, I know.
No, put it, I know what's wrong. This has gotta go right here. You know what you're doing. Put your arm right here. Just, no, don't wet it, just rest it.
Just relax. We're gonna go install this. We're gonna see how we're looking this morning. See, we had 0. Okay, and we're gonna plug in our unit. Okay, we plugged in. Right, we're at 266, 2.66 battery life left. That means we approximately have probably a day and a half of life on the battery left. We're on day 8, so we should last 9 to 10 days on it. So that's pretty good.
Okay, you want us to go ahead and get your cow score for
You want to
today.
get a cow score for today to see if you have a cow score.
Today, your resting pulse rate was at 77, so that puts you at a 0 for that scale. Sweating over the past hour, not accounted for by room temperature. Are you having any chills or any flushing?
I'm having a little bit of flushing. When I woke up this morning, I was in severe cold sweats.
But in the last hour, have you had?
On the way here, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put that as a 1 because that's a subjective report of flushing.
Right.
Restlessness. During the assessment, you seem like you're able to sit still.
Yes.
So that's going to score you at a 0. Your pupil size are a little bit larger than room, so I'm going to score you at a 1. As far as your bone or joint aches, are you having any bone or joint aches right now?
A little bit of achiness.
So that's going to be a 1 because that's going to score you with a mild discomfort. As far as your runny nose or tearing, not accounted for by cold symptoms or allergies. Are you having any nasal stuffiness or unusual moisture in your eyes today?
When I woke up this morning, I had a little bit of, I would say, the yawning, the teary-eyed, but like I said on the way here, it stopped.
Okay, so I'm going to score that at a 0 because I scored it within the last 30 minutes.
Okay.
As far as your GI goes, your stomach issues, over the last half hour, have you had any abdominal cramps?
Yes.
Have you had any nausea or loose stool?
Yes.
No vomiting or diarrhea though?
Diarrhea.
Okay, within the last 30 minutes?
No. Within, I would say, around 6 in the morning.
But within the last 30 minutes?
No.
Have you had any nausea or loose stool in the last 30 minutes?
No.
Okay. Any abdominal cramps within the last 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a 1.
Okay.
Okay, hold your hands out and let me see how well you're doing with that. You are having a little bit of observed tremors, so I'm going to put that as a 1. You can put your hand down and rest.
Okay.
As far as the yawning goes, I have not seen you yawn during the last 30 minutes, so that's going to give you a score of 0. Anxiety or irritation?
A little bit.
So it's increasing intensity of the irritability or anxiousness right now?
No.
So you have none of that?
Increasing? No.
Okay, so would you feel like it would be a 0 where you have none, or a 1 where it reports increasing irritability or anxiousness?
A 1.
Okay. As far as goosebumps goes?
Yes.
Okay,
And that was exhibited.
exactly. So if we come back and score, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 based upon the goosebumps. Without the goosebumps, it's a score of 6.
Okay.
So with that score, it is a mild score because a mild is 5 to 12.
Okay.
You're not following in the moderate range or anything like that. You're still following in the mild range for a COW score, which stands for Clinical Opiate Withdrawal Scale.
Okay.
Okay, so we're doing really well detoxing off of the level of methadone that you were on for how many years?
For almost 6. And I would agree absolutely that we are.
So for 6 years, you were on...
I went from 60 to 50.
60 milligrams?
60 milligrams.
Down to 50 milligrams.
Yes.
How long were you on 60 milligrams?
I would say for the past 4 or 5 years.
4 to 5 years you were on 60 milligrams.
Yes.
And then when did you dose down to 50 milligrams?
I had my doctor dose me down, and he dosed me down. When I first started, I went up increased my dose all the way to about 100.
Okay.
Okay.
So your maximum dosage that you had been on was 100 milligrams?
Yes.
You were
And
able
he
to
dropped me one time, and I said, never again will I go through that much of a
Okay.
decrease.
So you went from 100 milligrams
Yes.
down to 60, down to 50, and the 50 milligrams was when you were getting ready to go on the device?
Yes.
Okay. So how long was that, like a week or a couple of days?
I had been on 60 to 50 for a couple days. Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to put, 7 to 14 days.
Yes.
Okay. Prior to this, up here on your
Mhm.
history, prior to the 6 years on methadone,
Yes.
what was your history prior to that?
Prior to that, I was a prescription opiate user. I was never a heroin user. I was never a street user. I pretty much took everything orally, other than when I switched to Roxy's, and then I began to snort them.
Okay.
Honestly,
What would you call Roxy? What is that?
a Roxy is a Oxycontin 30 milligram
I mean, that's not the real
tablet,
name of it.
and that is the real. That's what it is, and the reason they get Roxy's is because it is easier to crush up and snort.
Okay. So how long was your drug history?
It started at 13.
So 13 years old
Yes.
through what?
I'm 31.
So to 31. So if I do the math and I'm going to subtract 31 minus 6, that gives me 25. So from 13 years old to age 25, that was a 12-year history. So you had a 12-year history of doing prescription drugs and then a 6-year history of using methadone.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's your total history. So altogether, that makes up your 18 years. 12 plus 0 is 18 years. Okay, so
Okay.
if you do that, then that's what we're looking at for that. How did all of this medication, with a 13-year 25 years old, 12-year history
Mm-hmm.
of doing prescription medications,
Mm-hmm.
with a 6-year history of doing methadone.
Mm-hmm. How did that add up? Okay.
So how did that affect your system?
Of course, when you put anything in your system that long, no matter what it is, it's going to completely toxify your system. Completely. From the age of 13, even though I wasn't a habitual user at that time, from the age of 18 I was. And at that point in time I was a codependent addict. Anytime you're going from 18 years to 31, that is a long time to toxify your body. That is a 12-year adult history.
So I have a question. Is it really safe to say,
Mm-hmm.
for you, if I'm looking at how your body is affected by the medication that you did with the methadone compared to other individuals that have a past drug history
Mm-hmm.
or past addiction,
Absolutely.
that every individual's body processes whatever is put into it at a different rate?
Oh, absolutely. Your body metabolizes methadone or any substance that you put into your body at an individual rate. at a individual rate, and I want to be very specific about that. When you're using prescription drugs, when you're using street drugs, it all metabolizes different. It's different brains. It's different people. It's individual use. It's how you use the drug. It is how and how long you use the drug. If you supplemented for any other drugs, how you toxified your system, what else was put in your system, and who you are as a individual.
So, to be able to have other individuals that are following you online,
Absolutely.
to be able to say, this is how I did it, and look out and watch out for this because of that, this may happen or that may happen. Those are great individuals that are coming forth to be able to share their history that they've had.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I want you to keep in the back of your brain is that every individual's body will process different things differently. If you have a cold and you take 25 milligrams of Benadryl or Tylenol or whatever it is, every individual's body will process that differently.
Absolutely.
So, it's great that you have so many followers that are following what you're doing and how well you're doing it, but it's also something for you personally not to get discouraged by that, because every individual does things differently and everybody handles it differently.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure that you're not comparing your apple to their watermelon.
Oh, absolutely. I can understand that, but at the same time, I believe that putting this product out is very important because it is something that is not seen on this opioid epidemic that we have going on in the United States of America right now.
Mm-hmm.
And individually, it is hard for me as a person to come out and just say that this device works. And it does. And I know it does because I would be scaling, and I know this for a fact, at a more severe rate than what I am doing now.
And Ashley, we just want to tell you how proud we are of you.
Oh, thank you.
You were doing a fantastic job, and the fact that you're willing to open yourself up, you and Eddie both, to share with other individuals your process that you go through, so other individuals are able to see your progress, is amazing.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Your makeup on. You have that.
Okay, can we talk about all
we'll
that?
talk about it.
Come on,
Okay.
let's just, we have a lot, we have other people
Okay.
to today.
I know.
All right.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to put the device on now.
Okay.
I just want to see what the battery life is yesterday. Yesterday when we checked it, it was 2.66.
Yes.
And you were on day 8. You're on
Yes.
day 9. I just want to see what it is today.
Okay.
You ready? There we go. And this little thing got upside down. There you go. You got 1.66.
Okay.
That's doing really good. I mean, we got another 12 to 24 hours the battery could run. But due to the fact you told me a little while ago you're still having some symptoms, and due to the fact what we talked about yesterday, the length of time that you were on the methadone and the other stuff that was in your system, if it's okay with you, because it's always about what you want as a patient, do you want us to go ahead and put a new device on today and let you run for another 10 days to let the side effects, the symptoms, the withdrawals that you're having have a chance to completely come out without you having any of the symptoms of the withdrawals?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and unhook this, and then we're going to get you ready to start putting the new device on today.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
This
You ready,
scary
baby?
part. Yeah. Let's do it.
So you're scared.
But it's okay.
Turn around. Let me see if I can get it better. This way. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Okay. Went ahead and cut a trimmed up your hair a little easier so the stuff will stick better. Come down. See your head. There you go. There you go. Second one. Okay, this last little bit over here. There you go. All done.
You okay?
Take a deep breath. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to go ahead and clean it up and get all the goop off of it. Make your ear all pretty and clean again. See. Feels good to get your ear wiped off. What's wrong? What you thinking, babe?
Just thinking.
About what?
Okay.
Yeah. Right now I am
You anxious?
a little anxious.
Why?
It's just changing out the device makes me a little bit anxious.
Why?
Because I don't know the severity of the symptoms I'm about to feel. Nausea.
How bad?
2.
Okay. On a 0 to 10 scale?
Oh no, 0 to 4 scale.
Okay.
Just 2. Not, and I would say mild. Actually, mild, moderate.
Just nausea.
Just a little bit.
And that's the only thing you're feeling. It's feeling just a. So I have a question. Now that I got your mind off everything, how do you feel?
A lot more relaxed.
Exactly. Sometimes it's the anxiety that triggers you to have more of the symptoms. So sometimes when I'm working with patients, I will just sit here and come up with random topics of conversation that really look like they have absolutely no sense, and why am I running my mouth?
I know
It
that.
really is to decrease your anxiety.
I know that.
Yeah. You ready for the next one to go on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So actually, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You just told me that you've been off the device, running around the office, saying hey to everybody for about 15 minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the desire to go smoke.
Yes.
I'm just curious, okay. So how many cigarettes were you smoking a day before you had the device on?
Almost a pack and a half a day.
And how many cigarettes is that in a pack?
20.
So
Almost 30 cigarettes
A day.
a day. Yes.
So how many cigarettes have you been smoking since you've been on the device?
5 to 8.
Really?
Yes, it is completely and definitely curbed my cravings.
So
Absolutely.
The first thing you want to do now that you got the device off is go smoke again?
Yeah.
Is it more of a craving that you're having, or is it more of an anxiety thing that's causing you not to do that?
It's an anxiety thing. Definitely.
So you want to go back talking about TV shows again? What you had for dinner last night? It's up to you, babe. I just want you to feel comfortable. I want you not to have the anxiousness about what is going to happen now that my device is off.
Okay.
I want you just to take a deep breath. Well, literally and figuratively. But how do you feel?
Honestly, I feel a little cold.
But it's cool in the building.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's why
Okay.
I'm wearing a turtleneck. But I don't feel that bad.
I just looked at the thermostat. It's at 63 in here. We had the temperature, such wacky temperature this week and last week.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's just like 63. So I just turned the heat on in the building.
The jacket.
No, I'm okay.
So you doing okay?
I'm doing okay. My stomach's going.
Did you eat anything for breakfast this morning?
No.
Are you a breakfast person?
No.
Me and you talked over the weekend, and you told me that your stomach was bothering you, a little queasiness or whatever, didn't feel good. But then you told me you went and ate.
And then I felt better.
So do you think the queasiness right now is due to the device coming off, or due to the fact it's 9 o'clock and you hadn't had anything to eat and you've been up for a couple hours?
I'm not a morning eater. I'm really not. I
So it could
normally
be a little bit of both, but we're really
would
not sure
drink
which one
some
it is.
coffee. Okay. That would normally be a normal morning for me. Okay, about 9 o'clock. I would be waking up and drinking coffee.
So did you have your coffee this morning?
No.
What?
No coffee.
Oh my gosh. That's like my addiction, is I have to have my cup of coffee every morning.
No, I'm not eating coffee. We kind of got here kind of early.
Okay. But it was like the smoking. Arnold made you a pencil cigarette that you had the opportunity to use whenever you had the craving to hold something in your finger, because you've been holding it there for so long.
Yes.
One of the things that y'all have discussed is the importance also of having support from other individuals through NA meetings as well, or group meetings of that sort. And he said that he had found one that y'all felt that would be a good fit for y'all, and that's what y'all were looking forward to saying on Thursday, that y'all have made arrangements to be able to go to that group. And I think that's an excellent idea, because it does give you other individuals that can help build you up that have been through similar situations.
Oh, absolutely. I think that is part of this kind of therapy as well, because it's not just, oh, I'm cleaning out my system physically. I'm becoming mentally aware of situations in a different way. It's a different clarity. Okay, when you put this device on me, it was different. It was different than anything else I ever felt. Okay, so the first 2 days I expected queasiness, and I got queasy. And actually I'm getting kind of queasy right now.
How bad? 0 to 10. 0 is nothing. 10 is, oh my
4.
gosh. So it's only a 4. I promise you, we're going to wait till you get to a 5.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
then we get to that, that's where we draw the line in the sand.
Okay.
Okay, so you're about a 4 now. And it's been 35 minutes down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the other things that we talked about was the importance of the cognitive behavioral therapy. For people that don't understand it, the cognitive behavioral therapy helps you to be able to learn how to have more clarity, have the ability to do the rational thinking with the frontal lobe of your brain.
Yes, and we also talked about the development between the ages of 23 and 27 and my usage during that period of time affecting the frontal lobe of your brain. Absolutely.
So going back and completing the detox, I mean, that's a quick part of it. The rest of it for the hereafter is going to be working with the cognitive behavioral therapy to help with the triggers, to help with the anxiety, to learn new techniques
to deal with those things.
To deal with those. In addition to the support groups that are there for day to day, and you get people that have gone through similar situations that are able to help build you up.
Cold sweats.
Okay. So
It's been about a half hour now, huh?
about 35 minutes.
Yeah,
35?
I'm getting cold sweats. Look.
Okay.
Hey y'all, it's day 10, or day 9. And it definitely is obvious that I'm going back into a methadone withdrawal after 2 hours, so we're putting it back on. Okay.
All right. Today is 10, Ashley. Day 10. The big 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Get it, girl.
I know. I feel like I'm almost halfway there, halfway over the big hump, you know.
How are you feeling? You got to answer it.
I'm feeling pretty good today. It's early in the morning. I definitely feel better than I did yesterday. I felt some of the severities after about 2 hours of the device being off. And initially, when I was going into it, I was a little bit anxious. I know that I was scared to even have it taken off.
I noticed with the second they took it off, the withdrawals. I could see it on your face, the withdrawals. Like it seemed like the immediate second they took it off.
That's why I was a little bit nervous, and let me go into why that probably happened. Is because I was anxious, and then when it came off, it's a signal that's sent to your brain. So when this is taken off, immediately certain symptoms will be observed. So I already knew that was going to happen, honestly. So, and I started exhibiting, I would say, mild symptoms until about 35 minutes into it. And then I suggested to them, hey, let me get a bite to eat, because I know my system. No person knows their system better than themselves, obviously. And I went and got a bite to eat. No quicker did I get a bite to eat did I come back in that clinic and they looked at my face and said, it's time to put the new one on. And I said, yes. Now, usually if you go into the clinic, the device being changed out or it being taken off, and how long they leave it off is not that long. But we wanted to see how severe, and because I'm making an obvious film documentary during this epidemic, I wanted to show the reality of it, okay? And that's what this is. I mean, it's cut and dry. I always try to keep it real for everyone, so.
Okay, well, you got to answer some of the questions.
Of course.
They want to know, how is it okay to take Suboxone, to get off Suboxone with it?
Yes, you can get off Suboxone with it. You can actually get off Suboxone, get switched over to Vivitrol. Like I said, when you wear this, it curbs cravings. It curbs your appetite. It curbs your food. It curbs cravings for nicotine. They use it for acute pain. But with the device on, none of my symptoms seem like it's day 10, and this is what normally I would be doing, is this would be the peak of how high elevated I would say the methadone comes out of your system. And it's such a long scale. It's almost a month before it's all out of your system, and you start withdrawing within two days tops. Okay, if you as a person metabolized that methadone in your system at that point. For me, like I had said previously on film, I had been up to 100 milligrams. I've dropped myself. And I feel like I'm pretty informed when it comes to methadone. And the scale at 10 days would be severe, because that is your mid-detox point at methadone's rate. Now, if you were on like heroin, or if you were on crack cocaine or crystal meth, those cravings, 2 days, they're kicked, I'm sure. But it's different strokes for different folks, different drugs, your usage, your brain, how long you've been using, all those things. But I do know it is very good for what I'm going through, and in my process, I'm trying to keep it as real as possible. So what other questions do you have?
I don't know. I can't think of none now that we're filming.
That's okay,
My
Eddie.
head went blank.
That's okay.
I don't know. That's it for me.
Okay, well, a couple that I've seen. Let me answer. Let's see. How much does it cost? That's going to range state by state. And who you go see. Like I said before, it's covered by FDA. Insurance doesn't cover it yet. It's out of pocket for the device. But if I could, honestly, and I want to tell y'all honestly, if there was a device that I could wear that was like a wristwatch that could cure my biggest problem in my life, I would. And I am, obviously. That's why I looked into this product. Do your research on it. It's called the Morph, okay? And if you as a person feel like you want to put this on you, it's nothing but a little haircut. And in another video I will get into washing my hair. I know in a previous one I told you I was going to get into that, but me and my hubby keep it kind of busy in this household, so we are running around, and I try to keep up with y'all, but sometimes I just can't. So.
Well, if you're going through something, it's kind of hard to keep up with everybody.
Not only that, it's waylaid me around the house. I have been very weak. Getting around the house, honestly, even with the device on, and like I said, I was going to keep it real. It was harder for me to do chores. It's hard to eat still. Last night I didn't get a week of sleep. That's I would say the major symptom over the last 2-3 days is my restlessness. I have not been able to sleep overnight or been getting any rest during the day, which is expected. If you come off of methadone, it's stimulating these receptors that have not been stimulated in a while. So the dopamine, the norepinephrine, the serotonin that it relies off of is being replaced by tons of other receptors that are now going off and screaming in your body. So it is like an alarm that's going off at any and all times. You don't know when the ticking time bomb's gonna blow up, okay? So I might have it together for about 35 to an hour, and then an hour or so I get a little bit anxious, or, you know, it all depends on the person, so. But thank y'all for thinking about going live Saturday, but we're going to see what's on our agenda. Okay, like I said, we're very busy-bodied individuals, and we might be going live and answering questions live for y'all so that we can get back to y'all during this epidemic. And let me stress to people out there who feel like, and I want to make a point of this during this film footage, addiction, people need to start treating less like it's a backdoor issue. You know, a family member, a mother, a brother, a sister, a friend. You might have lost your husband, your wife, your daughter might become one. Your grandparents might have been alcoholics or addicts. It's a sickness. We are in the middle of a huge opiate epidemic that is reaching all over the United States. So we need to stop treating this as AIDS or something that we push our family out the back door of, and start coming more together as individuals, I feel, and treat it for what it is. Okay? We're now seeing all this stuff when we turn on our news channels, okay, about what's going on. So let's all get together and support those alcoholics, those addicts that are out there, because this is a sickness. This is not something that people would feel that isn't going on in 2018. With everything nowadays being viewed on the TV, you can see that through the prohibition and to now, and with legal and kratom and legal weed being put out there, that this is an obvious issue. Okay, now everybody needs to address it how they want to individually, and I stress that too. But other than that, like I said, day 10, I'm doing good.
All right. All right, Ashley, how you feeling today?
I didn't really feel good today. Honestly, I was up with cold sweats, nausea, and I'm kind of still feeling queasy. I'm restless. This is the third day. I've been on, on no sleep regimen. With everything coming out of my system, I know that regardless of this being hooked up to me, that everything has to be flushed out of my system regardless. This is a piece of technology that's on me, that no matter what I have to go through, I have to get all this stuff out of my system. So that's going to require, like I said, it's a duration of at least a month. And we're at what I believe the severe part of the peak. And I know this to go on for usually anywhere between 4 to 7 days. With it being very, very severe, everybody's different. Everybody's symptoms vary. And then that it's your individual body, and nobody knows your body like you do. I was up with a lot of the more severe of it coming out of you kind of symptoms, which is the restless legs again, irritability, anxiousness, cold sweats. I vomited. I had loose bowels, obviously. All of it. So today's another sick day, but we are on day 11. So let me shake that.
You ain't gotta
day
dance.
11.
You don't look too good to be dancing right
That's
now.
about as much dancing as I'm gonna do for y'all today, and I appreciate it. Thank you for all y'all's support.
All right. I feel like I should be asking you something.
How's my morning?
How many times you threw up last night?
3 times.
You threw up 3 times last night.
I had to come in. No, I threw up within, I would say, early in the morning when you left yesterday. I started feeling queasy after I put something in my stomach. And I threw up for the first time. What time would you say, Ron Eddie?
I don't know. I don't remember you throwing up yesterday. I know you called me on the phone and told me about it, but
it was around 2 or 3. And then when you had got home, I definitely got some sleep. I had tried to eat, get around, clean house yesterday. And during that, I filled up my stomach. I thought I was starting to feel a little bit better because I was able to have way more food intake than I've been able to in the last 2 days. Okay, so I ate good yesterday, but keeping it down didn't work. If it didn't come out one end, as they say, it came out the other.
But wait. Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
On a cow scale, with everything, what would you say?
It's still with this on. Okay, let's go down the symptoms. Like I'm very knowledgeable of most of them, so the signs of goose flesh, I obviously have them. Okay.
Yeah, we can't see that.
Okay. The dilation of pupils, the vomiting, the restlessness, the nausea, vomiting, loose stools. We're going up into the severe region of when you're vomiting and having loose stools with insomnia for 3 days, that's when your symptoms peak on the severity side of the cow scale. Body aches. With this on, the pain I would say is manageable, but I still have restless tremors in my legs. But other than that, I would scale it probably at 13 out of 20.
13 out of 20. So still not.
Yeah.
It's still manageable.
20, yeah.
You're still manageable.
No, I'm in the region of what you would call moderate, I believe, to severe symptoms. Okay. And like I said, I'm at that peak. It takes so long to come out of you that I'm at that upper stage where we're going from day to day right now, at the severest part of this withdrawal. So.
All right. All right, today is day 12. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. We went to the doctor, and I wasn't feeling too good in the last couple days, and they turned up the device on my neck, and they gave me pretty much some comfort medication to help me through this last little journey with everyone, and then I'm gonna completely switch off of this very, very soon, probably this weekend. Over the weekend, I'm gonna be back Monday to see the doctor. So other than that, I feel okay. I need to eat something. I didn't rest last night. I was very restless. I'm in obvious cold sweats. And other than that, everything's going okay.
So when they turned it up, you started feeling better?
Yes. They turned it up to about 140. So I'm doing a lot better. I'm stabilizing, I think. So everything's good. All right.
Is that it?
No, because today's day 12. Today's day 12. So I'm proud of myself. I'm almost out of the woods. So thank y'all and God bless everybody.
All right.
Wave the camera.
All right, I'll wave too.
No, okay. Mm-hmm.
All right, babe. Today's day 14. Tell everybody how you feeling.
I feel a lot better. I just ate something and I feel relaxed now that I got some sleep. Like I had told y'all, I had been on an insomniatic regimen for a couple days. And I finally got some sleep. Eddie, of course, he does a lot of editing and film and stuff. He left very early in the morning and he came back kind of late last night. And I was sleeping like any good husband. He lets his wife sleep, which is wonderful. And I wanted to tell y'all, first of all, because I know you'll have a lot of questions. This device, let me show y'all once more. With this device on my neck, it has calmed down my cravings by so much. And definitely, and I want to explain it more, what it does is if you have synthesized or put opioids or opiates in your body, it stops the natural production of dopamine. This works directly off of your natural chemicals to produce the natural dopamine you already have in your system. See, when you induce or put and a synthetic or a natural opiate in your body, I don't know, I could say natural, let me rephrase that. A opiate or an opioid in your body, what happens is it stops producing the natural opiates in your body, which is relates off of dopamine. And with this on, it produces the induction of natural dopamine, of your natural dopamine receptors. And any person that is in an addiction in the opiate side, I hope would understand that. But other than that, I'm feeling better. We're going to the park. I need to get some exercise to start metabolizing this faster out of my system. For me, I have thyroid disease, so that stops it stops my natural feeling of overwhelmed wellness. Not only that, but it slows down everything in my body. Okay, it makes me feel like I'm 60. So obviously I need to find a way to metabolize this faster. In doing so, by getting exercise, getting proper sleep, being on the proper medications, all that helps. I really want to thank everyone that's been helping me through this process, making it almost like an outpatient detox for me. And my specialist, I know, and my doctor in particular, knows a lot about this, okay? And I do it personally. Now, I know that not every opiate addict knows as much as I do, and that's part of the reason we're doing this so raw and in reality. But this is, don't deter from 28-day programs if that's what you choose. I'm not saying anything bad about 28-day programs or programs that last any longer than that. I'm just trying to show the world how it is to do it outpatient in the comfort of your own home. Okay? In 2018, honestly, I think that a lot of people would want to be at their own home when they're feeling bad instead of wanting to be in a treatment facility. But certain people need treatment facilities, okay? It's all on your individual need. And let me say that with confidence that I know for me this is working, and for other people that might work for you, honestly. Okay? You might need 28 days, you might need 3 months, you might need a 6-month program. That's not deterring you. Just get informed. Just get informed. So, other than that, like I said, I need some exercise. thank God that I had all the help so far I've had, and I'm definitely looking forward to going to the park today. So.
All right, today is day 15. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I feel a lot better. Definitely, you have to go walk in the woods to walk out. And I'm pretty much over the big hump. I'm going into the other part of my treatment. And that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for tuning in, and today's day 15.
All right, today's day 16. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I feel a lot better, y'all. I feel well rested for sure. I was able to keep food down. The methadone is metabolized out of my system, so I'm feeling a lot better. And I go to the doctor tomorrow, and then I start my second half of my recovery like I had told all of y'all, so I'm excited. I'm almost over this whole ordeal. The second part of my recovery is cognitive behavioral therapy. And then I'll start my meetings, which is exciting. And then the device, like how I've been telling you is on, will be taken off. So it's a little scary for me, but I'm willing to do it. I'm happy, and I'm ready to get back to normal, or what you call normal.
What is normal? Nobody's normal.
Nobody's normal.
Except man. Man's normal. Man's normal. No man. Whatever you're doing.
Get you, man.
Get him here. All right. We're good.
Bye, y'all. God bless y'all. And day 16, over and done.
All right. You're on.
Hey, Eddie, guess what?
What?
Today's my day 17. And we are on the way to the doctor right now. I feel a lot better. Thank goodness. And I'm starting the new phase of my treatment, which I had told everyone was cognitive behavioral therapy. And I finally am done with this whole phase, and I'm thanking God for that. Thank you, my super hubby, for standing by my side through all this. He's pretty super. I promise you, he's pretty super. And
well, this is how I figure we're going to record today. All right, we're going to go and we're going to have this because we can't film inside the doctor's office. So what we're going to do is I'm going to film you now, and then when you come out of the doctor's office, I'm going to film you without the device on, so everybody can see you without the device on.
Okay, well, I am getting the device taken off today. So no more of this awesome device, and I'm happy. I'm definitely getting around a lot better. I only have like 2 or 3 more achy days left, and then we're out the woodworks. The other symptoms are suppressed. I've been sleeping, eating. I got around yesterday. I've been exercising more, and I have a new alertness, a new awareness. Everything's coming back to me, and I'm just excited. So y'all, God bless y'all, and thank y'all for everything. And Havana, ooh la la. Thank goodness. All right, y'all. Check with y'all very, very soon.
All right, here's Ashley. Later today, she got the device off of her today, Ashley, show everybody the device is off. See, the device is off. See, they shaved her head. That's where it was. Okay, how are you feeling?
Oh, I feel so much better. I feel completely what you would call and what's normal. Normaled out, or the clarity has completely come back, and I feel rejuvenated, like life has been put back in me, and it's wonderful. And I just want to thank my brother for all of his support. My brother means the world to me, and so does my mom, so thank you, as well as my other immediate family, which is my husband's dad. I want to thank, and everybody out there that's been watching me, thank you for your support, because y'all definitely have helped me as much as I'm hoping is helping everybody else. So without it, it was very positive, and I appreciate all the positivity that's come from everybody out there. I'm thankful and blessed that people have been so positive and supportive through this process. So thank you all out there for watching, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, so you're feeling fine. Everything's normal with you without the device on. When they took the device off, what happened when they took the device off?
Honestly, I was a little bit skeptic and kind of scary, because for me, it was an anxiousness of it coming off, because this is like a crutch for somebody that has a broken leg. And now that it's off and I got over being scared, I feel fine. So
Okay, babe. That's it.
well, give me this camera, because you deserve the biggest kiss. He's my super hubby. Bye, y'all. God bless you.
I didn't expect all that.
I know.
All right, babe. Peace out. All right, are you ready?
Yeah,
Your hair is everywhere.
that's okay. Here, we're out by the water, baby. Hello.
Wait, okay. Let's start from how we did it. All right. Ashley, wait, today is day 71.
Day 71 without any kind of drugs at all.
Ashley, how are you feeling?
Sober. Great. We just got back from Florida visiting with my mom. We had a good visit. Started back to work and got a second job. 71 days clean off of everything, including the methadone. I really do feel like the Morph Device worked for me as an individual. It worked for my case.
Why did you keep it on so long?
I kept it on a little bit longer than most cases would, because of the fact that I was debating going on to something else as far as Suboxone or Vivitrol was concerned. And so I feel like I needed it a little bit longer than most people would average. If you were going to subsidize or switch to something else, such as Suboxone or Vivitrol, you wouldn't have to keep it on as long if you were going with Suboxone, as I did. And I wanted to see if I could get all the way completely clean as well. So as long as you have to wear it, it all varies per person. So other than that, I feel like it's worked for me. I'm still doing very well. I'm clean, sober, haven't had any cravings. Just been, dealing in family life. Went and saw my daughter.
That wind is kicking.
What about you, Eddie? What do you feel like has changed?
well, you put me on the
With
spot
us.
there. I didn't expect that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, you're great now.
It's
You're a
reality
totally different
TV.
they can't really hear me too good, but you're a different person. You're a totally different person now.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a lot calmer. I'm sleeping a lot better now. They have some post-traumatic symptoms or post-symptoms from coming off of something that you've been on for so long, like achiness, tiredness, insomnia. And most of those symptoms have subsided. I mean, I still get a little bit of what you call the gray cloud syndrome of it. That doesn't really go away until after a year of any kind of synthetic use of a dopamine drug, such as an opiate or an opioid or heroin. It takes a little longer for your brain to start producing that natural made dopamine in your system that you've been synthesizing. So other than that, I feel like I'm doing a lot better. I'm calmer, I'm more alert. My sleeping pattern has definitely changed. Y'all like the view, it's beautiful here. But I feel a lot better. So I thank everybody that stayed tuned through all these videos. And I definitely think that with everything going on nowadays, more people need to become aware not only of addiction, but of the fact that your family doesn't, that we need to have more of a allowance for individuals to come and feel comfortable with their family members and counselors and friends. If we could all just open up and be more compassionate about this subject, more people would be able to get help. So that is pretty much why I've continued to do these videos, and I put myself out there, is because I think that way. So thank you.
That's it?
Yes.
Say goodbye. Day 71.
Day 71.
Proud of you, my baby.
Oh.
That was a quick kiss. Okay.